going to create an information record in SAP. This is something in the materials management module that allows you to create a link between a specific vendor and a specific material or product. So in this case, we're going to make a link between the vendor and the material we just put together. Now, this is something that is doable in just about any ERP. They use different terms for it. So this information record is SAP's term for it, but it may not be the same term you use in other ERPs, but there is a similar type of record or connection, and it allows us to link the vendor, the product, and also supply additional information like promised shipping times, payment terms, minimum order quantities, and things like that. So let's go ahead and set one up. And to do that, we will go into Logistics, Materials Management, go into Purchasing and Master Data. And then you'll see under Info Record, we've got Create, Change, Display. So we're going to create a new one, and you can also use the ME11 code, transaction code, to get there as well. And that takes us right here. One of the nice things that happens is you may get some of these fields pre-populated with the items you've most recently worked on. So I just created a vendor a little while ago, so that vendor pops up. But if it doesn't, you just can key it in or even look it up. I can look up my vendor, based on my search term. In my case, it would be my last two digits, 27. All right. And then I've got my material, glove, 27. I can look those up. Purchasing org is US 27. Plant is MI 27, the Miami plant. So you can fill those in as needed, but if they already pop up, they probably have the correct value for you. Now we'll leave information record, that field blank. The system will assign that for us. So now we press enter, and we can see all this information pulls through. I know this is safety material group. And what I want to do first is click on the Purchasing Org Data 1. We don't have to change any of the information that we see in these fields on this screen. We'll go to Purchasing Org Data 1, and we're going to set up the planned delivery time. That's 2 days. And then we're also going to set up our standard order quantity, which is 10, and then our minimum order quantity, which is 5. Now, you may set up different standard or minimum quantities depending on the needs of your company or the instructions in your project. And then we're going to set up a net price for this. So let's make it 27, for example. Again, you'll want to make sure you set up yours with your particular price. All right. So I pressed enter, and it took me somewhere else, but I'll just click back on Purchase Org Data 1, and it takes me right back. And I can take a look, and you can see that it has formatted the fields for me. And for our purposes, that has given us all the information we need to create this information record. So now I can save it, and you can see I get my purchasing information record number was created for my particular U.S. company in my particular Miami plant. If I want to, I can bring up that message in a box so that I can actually copy and paste this number so I can refer to it later. If I need to find this information record again. Now, that's useful, but I can also look it up just by knowing which vendor and material it's related to. So many ways to look things up in SAP, and that is all there is to creating an information record in SAP. Let's go back now and see what we'd like to do next.